I'm delighted to have you as part of this community. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello and a warm welcome to our channel. Today, we're delving into a Mauser. The Mauser or a Mauser Export is a cartridge developed for the Mauser service pistol around 1904 by DWM. Mauser pistols in this relatively powerful caliber were primarily intended for export to Africa, Asia, and South America. The Mauser Export cartridge was produced specifically for Mauser pistols and carbines made from 1904 to 1914 and then later from approximately 1930 to 1945 for submachine guns chambered for this caliber. The basis of this cartridge is the Mauser. The case length is the same as the Mauser, but the case is straight and does not have a bottleneck shape. This cartridge headspace on the mouth of the case. With our curiosity piqued, let's embark on a dedicated exploration of manufacture and its fascinating intricacies. Although Germany was not a primary user of firearms in this caliber, it was a major producer of it, both for commercial export and foreign military contracts. Pre-World War I production was for Mauser pistols, but as war loomed, production was reoriented towards calibers in official military usage. Demand for the cartridge returned in the years, as it was used in several Austrian, Hungarian and Swiss submachine guns and machine carbines. German munitions companies DWM, Jeko Gustav Genschau and Company and RWS Rheinische Westfälische Sprengstoff AG made this round through World War II. Various munitions factories in Austria and Hungary produced this round in the years and years, as well as Kinnock, Fiocchi, Société Française de Munitions of Paris, France, and Greek Powder and Cartridge Company of Athens, Greece. In Italy, the round was manufactured at the Giulio Fiocchi plant in Lecco, both during World War I for military purposes and in the years and years for limited commercial sale. Get ready for a captivating exploration as we unravel the layers of and the profound significance. Mauser pistols in this caliber usually have an indentation milled into the upper surface of the magazine's follower to facilitate feeding of the straight-cased cartridge cases. The rifling in the barrel has a unique 13.8 twist. In addition, the flat surfaces extending around the chamber are longer to accommodate the higher pressures of the cartridge. Maximum average pressure using transducer method as per CIP datasheet is 2600 bar. Examples of Mausers in this caliber are rare but are still occasionally found on the private collector's market. In Africa, big game hunter WDM Bell carried a stocked kin Mauser Export as his personal sidearm, nicknamed Bomb Bomb. According to Bell, the particularly vicious bang of the Mauser intimidated hostile natives he encountered and kept them dodging dust bursts for 400 or 500 yards. In 1940, Mauser officials proposed using the C96 as the vehicle for an upgrade to the cartridge to match the ballistics of the Magnum. The upgrade would entail increasing the velocity to 450 ms and introducing a crimp around the mouth of the case. As we enter this new phase, let's uncover the impact of Mauser 8 on our broader topic. As the German army seemed to show more official interest in Tom's P8 Luger pistol than in their C96, Mauser developed a new design in hopes of competing more successfully. This was the experimental Model 1906 8-Ork 8 pistol introduced in 1906, chambered in Mauser. This firearm had a similar layout to the C96, with the magazine situated in front of the trigger group, although in the case of the 8 this was detachable, coming in 6, 10 or 15 round capacities, but it used a flapper locking system that was considerably different. The pistol generated interest in some quarters, including with the German and Brazilian armies, but was never manufactured for commercial sale, and today only a few examples exist as museum or collector's pieces. Let's now zoom in on submachine guns and uncover the hidden gems that lie within. The Mauser returned to prominence after World War I as a viable, powerful cartridge for submachine guns. As Germany was restricted by the Treaty of Versailles from manufacturing certain small arms, it outsourced production to companies in other countries, including Belgium and Switzerland. Rheinmetall set up in Switzerland to manufacture them, an improvement on them designed by Louis Stange and Theodore Racula. As Solothurn did not have the production capacity for large-scale manufacturing, Rheinmetall acquired a controlling interest in Waffenfabriksteyr of Steyr Daimlerpacht AG, an established arms manufacturer in Austria, creating the business consortium Steyr Solothurn Waffen AG. The Solothurn trademark changed from a single south to a double south with a W in the center. The design became the Steyr Solothurns 100. Under the designation of MP and MP, it was adopted by the Austrian police and army respectively. It was manufactured until 1940 in several calibers, including a Mauser for the Austrian army. In Greece, the MP in a Mauser was issued to mechanized police units. Production of their ammunition there continued through German occupation. The Steyr Solothurns 100 was a direct blowback submachine gun in a Mauser that was intended to be mounted on a tripod or vehicle, but did not see wider adoption in the armed services. A rather unusual submachine gun with no stock, the S100 had a trigger with two grooves, the top being for semi-automatic fire and the bottom for fully automatic fire. While the design was quite different from the SMP 34, it had a similar barrel and bolt, and used the same magazines. In function, it was essentially a submachine gun with a more powerful cartridge that could be used as a squad automatic weapon. Only a few samples were made for testing and demonstration. The Thompson, an early experimental military version of the Thompson submachine gun, was offered in this caliber, in addition to others. Later iterations of the MP18, such as the Henel MPII, were offered on the world market in this caliber, among others. The Bergmann P and P were offered in a Mauser in addition to other calibers. SIG automatic carbine models MKMO, MKMS, MKPO and MKPS were produced in Switzerland from 1933 until 1942 with a Mauser caliber as an option. The Scotti M42 was an experimental Italian submachine gun in a Mauser. The Pulcheri designed Gipistoli and in a Mauser were produced by Danuvia in Hungary from 1939 through the end of World War II. These weapons remained in Hungarian service through the early years. It has been suggested that special loading, similar to the aforementioned 1940 Mauser proposal, may have been used for these. In this section, we'll be peeling back the layers of reloading to reveal its true essence. Reloadable cartridge cases may be produced by resizing and trimming a Winchester Magnum brass. A reasonable starting point for load development would be a CP load data. The super data may possibly be more consistent with the original factory loading, as these had a claimed muzzle velocity of approximately 1,362 with a 128 bullet. The 8th edition of Cartridges of the World has a listing in the entry for a Mauser using a 125 bullet with a heavier charge of blue dot powder than is normally listed as the maximum for 124 jacketed bullets in the Super. Using old loading data using modern powders may result in more powerful loads than is intended. Excessively strong loads may crack the bolt stop in a Mauser pistol. Failure of this part due to weak recoil springs may cause the bolt to fly back out of the barrel extension into the shooter's face. Stay connected and join our community by subscribing and following me on other platforms.